Okay, we are live and hello and welcome to this pre-match show live. And today, SRH Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the table toppers Rajasthan Royals in the ongoing IPL 2026. And to discuss about that, I have been joined by Shomik Chakrabarti, Shomik Da, Mohor Chaudhuri, and obviously Shojani Chatterjee. So, Shomik Da, I will come to you first. RR flying high, fantastic start to their campaign. Somehow SRH just defeated KKR, but three losses in four games. What is the importance of this game for SRH when you know that you are playing in front of the home crowd against a top team like Anna?
Exactly. They will have to get over the defeat against Punjab Kings first because the way they started, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma in that game, I mean, it felt like they just sort of blew their opponents away. But what happened even after scoring? Yeah, then their middle order faltered, and Punjab Kings made that chase 220 or something. It was not like they're chasing 170. It looked like a walk in the park. So when such defeats come, it could be in terms of team morale. It could be a severe dent. So from that point of view, they will have to get away from and their middle order needs to fire. And it is a very top heavy side. If you look at Rajasthan Royals, are one of the most well-rounded teams in this IPL. They have almost all the bases covered. It's not only Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Jaiswal, their two openers. Look at their bowling. Look at their fast bowling attack. Jofra Archer, Nandre Bagar. Look at the spin. Ravi Vishnoi has been bowling brilliantly. So all
Yeah.
combined, Rajasthan Royals are a very, very well-rounded team. And once again, Heinrich Klaassen, he hasn't come to the party as yet in this IPL. But Sunrisers Hyderabad's biggest problem, I think, is their bowling. Because even if they score 230, I am not too sure whether they have the bowling wherewithal to defend 230. So they will have to strike a balance. Actually, for Sunrisers Hyderabad, it is the case of taking the game away from the opponents through that Abhishek. They have earned that moniker, right? Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, Travisek. So it is a bit one dimensional. It is a bit one dimensional, and as long as until Pat Cummins is coming back, that one dimensional nature of their squad will be there.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I will come to you more. You were there at Eden when you saw, SRH defeating KKR. I think that is the only win that they have registered so far in this campaign. But as Shomika mentioned beautifully, all the points, all the things that have been going wrong for them. So, do you agree with those points, or any other point that you want to add that has not worked for them in these three losses that they suffered?
For starters, if I have to talk about the KKR game, with all due respect to the team, they don't look like contenders this time as of now. So that was a very below par bowling performance, especially in the power play, which is why they went all blazing guns right at the top. Number one point. Number two point being that, yes, I definitely agree with whatever Shomikda said. I just have to add one thing is that I think the batting order, everybody in that batting unit needs to chip in little by little. Some days it's so happening that the top order fires and the rest of the batters are not able to do anything. Or perhaps the top order fails and somebody like a Nitish Kumar Reddy or a Henry Klassen steps up. But when they are aware of the fact that when it comes to their pace bowling department, it is not as reliable as even the spin is doing fine, I would say, but the pace bowling has been a bit of a concern. So when they know that they cannot rely on their pace bowlers to make them win their games, I think even a 220, 210, 220 is not enough. The batting department needs to step up because they are a batting heavy team. They need to post as many runs as possible on the scoreboard if they are, batting first. That is, these are the points that I do.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Things are not looking that good for SRS, and that is why maybe in front of the home crowd, this game is very much important for Ishan Kishan side. So, Jenny, I will come to you. Abhishek Sharma looked good in the last game. We can say that, okay, finally, maybe he is back amongst the run, looked good in the last game. But do you think against informed pace bowling unit, especially with the new ball, the way RR bowlers have managed to bowl, this will be a new challenge for him? Consistency is one part that you need from every player. So how do you see, the challenge that he can face against RR bowlers?
No, firstly, what I would say is that the way he was playing against Punjab the other day, he really looked confident out there. I mean, Finally, I think Abhishek Sharma was timing the ball nicely and he was hitting the shots all around the park, and that is a good sign. And we all know that in Rajasthan Royals we have someone like a Ravindra Jadeja and a Ravi Bishnoi. Ravi Bishnoi has been in excellent form. We saw the way he bowled against Mumbai Indians in the game. And I feel that Abhishek Sharma has always struggled a little with spin. We all know that spin is not one of his strongest suits, and this is a personal observation that I've made, that Abhishek Sharma struggles a little in the V zone. I think he tries to play it, but the moment the bowler bowls a little shorter and a little quicker, and the moment Abhishek Sharma is restricted when he cannot use his feet anymore, that is when he gets to when he gets dismissed easily. So I think that is a very big concern. But having said that, the kind of dominance that the spinners have been showing, the RR spinners that have been showing, I think it is going to be a tough job for Abhishek Sharma going out there, because they are very tactical and they've kept their lines and lengths proper. And loose delivery. If you look at all the other matches that RR has played and the kind of bowling dominance that they've shown, there have been very few loose deliveries or balls which are in the slot. The bowlers have been accurate, they have been precise, be it Nandri Burger, be it Jofra Archer. And I think the kind of pitch that will be played upon today in the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, we all know that IPL, all the pitches almost are belters. We saw it in Guwahati as well, and I think this pitch is also going to be a welter. And having said that, I think the spinners and the bowlers, they have to do a good job today, and they have to keep their line and length proper. Or else Abhishek Sharma, the moment you give him some room, the moment you bowl in his zone, he is going to smash you all around the park.
So for you, Archer versus Abhishek is that one of the battles to watch out for?
I would say definitely. I think Abhishek Sharma has to take on Archer in the beginning, because once the spinners come in, I think the problem is going to increase for him. So I think if he has to score runs initially when he's out there on the crease, he has to go and think and target the pacers first, because we all know, we've seen him struggle against spin in the World Cup as well. So if he has to score, he has to start hitting the pacers first. And I think we saw it against SRH also. You were there in the field as well. The moment Abhishek Sharma was batting, Manu Kulwai was brought into bowl. The spinner was brought into bowl, because we all know how Abhishek was struggling. And I think within the next 2 or 3 overs, Abhishek was dismissed. So I think RR are going to go ahead with the spinner first. But again, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happened. Shamita, I will come to you. As Shorjani mentioned, it is highly expected that the Hyderabad pitch is going to be a belter one for the batters. So now it can be the battle of the openers. Abhishek and Head one side, and then you have Vaibhav-Jaiswal and Vaibhav-Jaiswal firing at another side. How are you looking forward to that battle?
As regards Vaibhav-Jaiswal, this is his real test against Jofra Archer. Yes, against Bumrah, that was also a massive test, but that was a rain truncated affair. The ball was wet, and the pitch was a belter. So from that point of view, he started off with a 6 against Josh Hazlewood. Also, he played brilliantly, but this is Jofra Archer is a different kettle of fish. It is 150 kilometers per hour. Absolutely, it will come at your throat. It will come at your throat at 150 kilometers per hour. And this is something different. This is something different from playing 135, 137 kilometers per hour delivery. And Jofra Archer, this is Vaibhav Suryavanchi's biggest test yet against
Yes,
Jofra
but
Archer.
but Shumita, I think some mistake there. Jofra Archer are playing for
Uh,
Rajasthan.
I
Yeah,
am so sorry. I am so sorry. I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry because I completely
it happens.
I totally
It happens in
no no
IPL. It happens in IPL.
no it totally totally get confused, and I wholeheartedly apologize to our viewers.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly apologize to our viewers because you very rightly intervened, and I sort of somehow it was playing on my mind that Jofra Archer will be bowling
Yeah,
for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I totally apologize once again.
yeah.
But
It's happening in
once again,
IPL.
and mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. But yes, the question you have raised, the question you have asked, Nyajish, that is Abhishek, is Abhishek, Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Jasasi Jaiswal. The way they have been playing, absolutely brilliant. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, he is the prodigy. He is the prodigy in the sense, the way, see, this IPL so far has failed to capture fans' imagination. There have been a lot of reasons. One is that cricket batting. One is that There is no longer that online gaming platform, because until last year, what used to happen? People who didn't even have an iota of idea about cricket, they were
Hmm.
watching like mera player kitna run kiya hai, mera player kitna wicket liya hai. That was the thing, because they are playing that online fantasy games.
Yeah,
Now that
yeah.
is gone. That is one of the reasons. So all combined, and also you know the situation in the market. The war is on. There is a
Hmm.
temporary thaw, but there is a crisis. Economy is not good. Economy could be heading towards recession. All combined. Um, the um, this IPL has failed to capture fans' imagination, but this guy, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, he is the sole spark in this IPL. And the
Hmm.
way he has played, once again, Jasprit Bumrah, Josh Hazlewood, you name it. And and with him, and with him, Jaiswal, you can understand the depth as far as Indian cricket is concerned. Here we have someone, Yashasvi Jaiswal. He is not getting into the Indian team in the shortest format. Shubman Gill is not getting into the Indian team in the shortest format. In the middle order, Shreya Iyer is not getting into the Indian team in T20
Yes.
eyes. Rajat Patidar is not getting into the Indian team. In any other team, Yashasvi Jaiswal would walk in, right?
Yep.
And he is getting overshadowed by this kid. So all combined, yes, it's a battle of openers. Heavy artilleries would be in action. Let's see, but once again, Snehashish, I would say this IPL is disgustingly lopsided in favor of the batsman,
Hmm.
because
Yes, absolutely.
it is not a level playing field. Because if the bowlers are there to be cannon fodder. Uh,
Hmm.
240 has become passcode. Players are scoring fastest 50s for fun. 100 runs are being scored in the power play for fun. This is not cricket. This is not cricket. Where is the balance? And I will not judge any player based on this IPL at least. And once again, Ashish, through you and to all our viewers, I am very, very sorry for that faux
Yeah.
It was absolutely unintentional. And whatever mistakes I have made are honest mistakes.
Yes, absolutely, and it happens because so many players play for different franchises, different years in IPL, and happens. So okay, now I move to Mohor. Ravi Bishnoi. Shorjani also mentioned of Ravi Bishnoi, and I think by now every viewers know how big RCB fan Mohor is. I think last day Mohor was not that happy the way Ravi Bishnoi bowled against RCB. So Mohor, what is your impression about Ravi Bishnoi? The way he has been bowling, the consistency. Finally, he's showing what I think in the last few years he kind of lost that. But how good he has been, and what is your viewpoint on that?
Honestly, amazing. I mean, I'm really happy for him for starters because the way he was, he was not finding his proper form.
Mm.
He was not in good form for the past couple of years, I'd say. Not finding the proper line and length, unable to remain consistent. But the way he came around this time has been really impressive, especially in, just like we were talking about the tracks, the batting tracks that are here. I mean, nowadays in IPL, you will find proper batting friendly tracks. So in those tracks, if a bowler is picking up wickets and being consistent at the same time, then obviously that bowler has some amount of caliber. And yes, coming to today's match, he will be extremely crucial because if we look at the Rajasthan Royals squad, it's a very balanced squad. You have batting, you also have bowling firepower as well. So he will be a very, very key member, especially since Abhishek Sharma has this, um, uh, you know, uh,
Tendency.
weakness for the spin.
Mm.
He will be very
Yeah.
crucial against him. He'll also be very crucial against Nishan Kishan. So I think these are some certain good matchups that we can see tonight, and he will be very crucial. If he can pick up some wickets early on, then I think match tilts in their
Yes.
favor.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely. I think.
Snehashish, fitness permitting, and that is a big rider. Fitness permitting, Rajasthan Royals, Punjab Kings, and Royal Challengers Bangalore. These are the three teams that will qualify for the playoffs. That's almost a certainty. Who will be the fourth team? It could be Mumbai Indians, it could be Sunrisers Hyderabad, Delhi Capitals, whoever, and any other team could take the fourth spot. But I
Yeah.
think these three places are locked in, subject to, subject to that everybody stays fit. That is the thing, because you never know. It's a long tournament. What will happen?
Yes,
A couple of
yes,
players picking up serious injuries, and then the entire thing gets killed. But yeah, everything. I mean, if fitness permitting, these are the three things that will be there in the playoffs. Yesterday,
yes,
I
absolutely.
yesterday I covered the MI versus RCB game,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and sort of, Surfin Rutherford took the game close with his very hitting. He took the game close, but the game was already lost. The game
Yes.
was lost the moment Hardik Pandya was out. And throughout the
Mm.
chase, it never looked like Mumbai Indians could surpass RCB's total. And the aggression with which Virat Kohli was the odd man out, 131 strike rate. Virat Kohli, in fact, was the odd man out. If you compare Virat Kohli's innings with this Phil Salt and
Mm.
Rajat Patidar. I mean,
Yeah.
Virat Kohli was, although he scored a half century fine, but he was not the impact player.
Mm.
The way they batted, so I mean, and once again, on a pitch where Mayank Markande, a leg spinner, Mayank Markande conceded 40 runs in his 2 overs. Suyash Sharma, although towards the end he conceded a few, but he took 2 wickets, and he troubled Brian Rickerton's wicket with the wrong one. Krunal Pandya went for 26 runs for a wicket in his 4 overs.
Mm.
So all combined, RCB are really playing like defending champions. Rajasthan Royals, they have been wonderfully impressive, as also Punjab Kings.
Yes, absolutely. I also agree that all these three teams are playing as a unit, and that is why they are kind of dominating so far. Whatever we have observed of these teams. So, Jenny, I will come to you. Riyan Parag, a young captain, I think he is doing fantastically well. 4 wins out of 4 games. Last year, it didn't go that well for him as a captain because he was the when Sanju was injured that time he was given the opportunity, but he didn't do that much good. That is why so many questions were raised when RR, put that faith again on him ahead of this season. But right now, after 4 games, he's flying high, 4 wins out of 4. But one thing that I want to mention, out of these 4 games, they played 3 in Guwahati, their home ground, right? And so I think right now, they have utilized that condition pretty well. But now, upcoming 3 games are away games. So how do you see that kind of a new challenge for the captain, for the new captain, like someone like Riyan Pada?
See, when I cricket is a funny sport, Hashishda, because we all know today when Riyan Parag, when he was not doing well previous year, a lot of criticism was there around him, a lot of
Yeah.
trolls, a lot of comeback, and even when we talk a little about Vaibhav-Jaiswal also, he's doing very well, and I'm very happy for him. He's very talented, but the moment he stops scoring runs, it's the moment
Yeah.
he goes a little out of form. These same critiques, these same fans will end up criticizing him and trolling him. But
Yeah,
the
same
thing that
happened
you
with
mentioned.
Abhishek Sharma.
Exactly. He was a
Hmm.
star, and then the next morning when he stopped scoring
Yeah.
runs, people were passing comments
Hmm.
of dropping him. I think
Hmm.
the same was happening with Sanju Samson in the beginning of the IPL. He
Hmm.
scored runs
Hmm.
in the previous match, but before that, when he was not scoring, a lot of trolls
Yeah.
against him. So that's the funny part about cricket. But having said that, I think RR are performing as a team. Captain Riyan Parag definitely, as a captain, he's making proper decisions. We saw again, how he defended the last over with Tushar Deshpande when he brought in Tushar Deshpande and gave him the last over, and how he has been managing his field and how he has been managing his bowlers. But I think as a unit also, RR are doing exceptionally well. The bowling unit is perfect. Be it Sandeep Sharma, be it Nande Burger, be it Jofra Archer, and then you have spinners. You have someone like Ravindra Jadeja. You have someone like Ravi Bishnoi. And I
Hmm.
remember that your bowling lineup is so strong that you don't let Ravindra Jadeja bowl a single over. And I think that speaks a lot for you as a team. That speaks a lot for you as a team. And then when I talk about the batting also, I think the openers are doing a very good job. We Vaibhav Suryavanshi or Yashasvi Jaiswal, both of them are out there. They're scoring runs. They're playing. Even in the match against CSK, we all saw that
Hmm. Hmm.
it was played at Guwahati only, and we all know that the pitch in Guwahati is in favor of the batters, like most of the pitches in the IPL. And we saw how the bowling attack performed so well against CSK, and then the batting unit chipped in and they performed. So I think as a unit they are doing very good. And again, Captain Riyan Parag, I think on the field, as far of now, all the pressure situations, all the situations that have been a little uncomfortable, he has managed it so far. And I think it will be very crucial for the team to keep the momentum going, because again, cricket is a team game, and your captain has to step in. But I think more of a captain, I think as a batter, it's high time he steps up a little for his team now.
Hmm. Yes, I also kind of agree that as a batter, I think we expect a little more from someone like Riyan Parak. So let's see how he does. Okay, last set of questions for to each of you before going to some comments. Shomikta, the controversy that happened, regarding Rajasthan Royals few days back, we saw that in the last game, the mobile usage in the dugout, everything. Do you think the controversy came at a wrong time for the franchisee just when they are flying 4 out of 4 wins ahead of this fifth game? Do you think that? Yeah, I think some net issue maybe.
No, am I
Yeah,
audible, Snatch?
yeah,
Am
yeah.
I audible?
Fine.
So yes, absolutely, Snatch. I mean, the fact is that when you are riding high, you don't want the external things. I mean, off the field things hamper
Hmm.
your progress, hamper your rhythm. So, and now the latest update is the matter has was referred to BCCI's anti-corruption unit, and Romy Binder, the team manager, he has been
Hmm.
show caused by the SU. He has been
Okay.
show caused by the SU, and he has been asked to explain his conduct within the next 48 hours. He will have to explain his conduct within the next 48 hours. And
Hmm.
what he did was a clear breach of SO. Because, I mean, whatever be the reason, a manager is allowed to use mobile phone inside dressing room, but not in the playing area. And dugout is part of the playing area, and there is a clear breach. And now he has been caused by the SU. So these are certain things. Because what happens? However much you say that we want to shut out the outside noise, it is not
Hmm.
possible, because you will, at the end of the day, you will bump into social media, you will bump into mainstream media, and everywhere they'll be talking about this. So this is one issue, but I think players, they are professionals, they know how to stay insulated, because this is not directly to the team or something like that, someone in the squad is involved. So they being professionals, they know how to stay insulated, and I think they will keep this controversy. They will be able, rather, they will be able to keep this
Hmm.
controversy at arm's length.
Yes, absolutely. We just hope, and also I think other fans will hope that this controversy will not affect the rhythm of their team the way they have started the tournament. Okay, Mohor, my question will be regarding Ishan Kishan. As Shurjani mentioned, that we all expect, Riyan Parak also to lead from the front with the bat. I think with Ishan Kishan also, at least Riyan Parak's team have won 4 out of 4. But for Ishan Kishan, teams are struggling. So do you think the captaincy pressure is also a victim of his form also? Because 180 run knock in that season opener, then three low scores back to back.
Yeah, I'll just start a little bit with Riyan Parag. He has been a brilliant captain, of course, we have
Yeah.
seen. But also the fact that, yeah, he needs to chip in with the bat. But also the fact is that I don't think their middle order has been tested yet, because the top order has been
Mhm.
doing so much that the middle order
Exactly.
has not gotten enough opportunity to show what they can do. That is one point. So maybe he will come around. And about Ishan Kishan, he doesn't look out of form in my eyes, for sure, because we've seen what he did in the T20 World Cup. He looked pretty good, and even in the first game versus RCB, I think he was the lone warrior alongside
Mhm.
Aniket Verma, who chipped in with some runs at the end. So I don't think he's out of form, but yes, the captaincy pressure could be an issue, because you know that your main captain, you are the stand-in captain at the moment. All eyes are on you. The Orange Army is looking at you, and the main captain who is there, he's not available, and you don't know, when he will be joining the squad again. So you have this entire captaincy pressure, and also, with all due respect to all the bowlers out there, I mean, he has been doing exceptionally well as a captain. He's improving at an alarming rate. But then again, you are as good a captain as are your players. So the pacer department has been a bit of a concern, which is why maybe the captaincy pressure could be an issue. But I don't see any technical flaws or any out of form problems with him. It could
Mhm.
be the captaincy pressure. And also, just to throw in a little bit of stat, Sunrisers Hyderabad scored 286 runs against the very same team at the very same ground the previous year, and Ishan Kishan has a century against Rajasthan Royals. So maybe
Okay.
he will be riding high on that confidence, and maybe he will do good tonight. Let's see.
But Ishan
Yeah.
Kishan
Yeah.
more, but Ishan Kishan needs to score runs. He's not scoring
Of
enough
course,
runs.
for sure, for
He
sure.
at this moment in time, Vaibhav Suryavanshi is covering, and also along with that, his opening partner. I mean, they
That's
are
just
covering, especially Abhishek-Jaiswal. So
hmm.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi, especially, is covering a lot of things.
Hmm.
The entire limelight is on him. And so far in this IPL, he hasn't gotten a low score. But if you look
Yeah.
beyond Vaibhav-Suryavanshi and SC Jaiswal, you'll see Dhruv Jurel has scored runs. But
Yes.
after that, Riyan Parag, and see Riyan Parag, it's important as because he is a young captain. He needs to score runs to to command respect in the dressing room, which is very, very important. Unless you are scoring runs, dressing room will not respect you. He's not someone. He's not someone who is an established star. Like if he is going through a follow period, dressing room knows him, and dressing room won't mind. He is a new captain. He has been given the responsibility. This is only, and if he fails to assert his authority, and by how you assert your authority, you do that by lead, through leading by example. Riyan Parag will have to score runs.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Shojan, I will come to you regarding a comment. Here, Avi.1010 has commented, should SRH try Travis Head to bowl against Vaibhav and Jaiswal? How do you see that? Travis Head against Vaibhav and Jaiswal.
Sneha, I'm going to refer to women's cricket. We all saw how Vaishali Verma she bowled in the final. We all saw
Yeah,
in the
Shefali
Cricket World
Verma.
Cup
Yeah,
how
Shefali Verma.
Shefali Verma. Oh, Vaishali Sharma.
Yeah,
I just twisted. I'm very sorry. Okay,
yeah.
it was
You,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you
It
are
was got
doing the
twisted.
chase too much nowadays. I can understand that. Yeah.
No, I apologize to the viewers.
Yeah.
But the point is, we all saw how she stepped in. So it is possible we might see Travis Head bowling also. You never know. We might see him get a wicket also because at this point, bowlers are trying each and everything against Vaibhav Suryavanshi. They are dismissing him at the end, but at what cost? The damage is already done when he leaves the pitch. So I think it is high time now Hyderabad, they start using something. But you never know. It's a game of cricket. Vaibhav might, not score runs today. You never know. Having said that,
Yes.
I don't want to jinx, but again,
Yes.
it's very
So just
uncertain.
think out of the box. Maybe that can work. So that is the suggestion. Okay. There is another comment from Dex8349. This is for both Mohor and Shojani, but I will ask Mohor to answer this. Barger and Archer bowling attack is way better, and SRH only rely on Head and Abhishek. Also, আজকের ম্যাচটা ডু অ্যান্ড ডাই হচ্ছে ফর এসআরএইচ এসআরএইচ কে 280 প্লাস বানাতে হবে ইফ দে ওয়ান্ট টু উইন এগ্রি মোহর 280 plus
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah. That's what I said at the beginning. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
if you look at the pace attacks of both the teams, there's a hell and heaven difference. SRH, sorry, RR are far more effective when it comes to their
Mhm.
bowling department as opposed to SRH. So if they need to win, they need to have this in their mind that okay, I can't rely on my pacers. At least I can't rely on my bowlers to make my team win the games. So I have to take matters in my hands. The batters need to take matters in their hands and they have to score as many runs as possible because that's the only way they'll win. And winning today is going to be very, very important. So
Yes,
let's
in
see.
the context of their campaign, I think it's a
Yeah,
very important
absolutely.
game for SRH. Okay, Shahid Nizamuddin 1461 commented the thing that Shomikta mentioned earlier in the show that there should be a balance between the bat and ball in the wicket, and that should be there in a tournament like IPL. But Shomikta, my question regarding this comment from Himadri Chakrabarti 145 that do you guys feel IPL should allow retired players to play? Is it ethically justified even though branding wise it may be a loss? It's a different kind of a
No,
question, Shobhita.
no. Retirement. You cannot wade into it. Retirement
Yeah.
is a very, very personal decision as regards the player. Because if a player earlier when there was no IPL, there had
Yep.
there have been plenty of examples of
Mhm.
players retiring from international cricket but still continuing to play domestic cricket, first class cricket for their respective state or respective side. So, retirement is a completely personal thing. Nobody can force. If someone thinks that I can play the IPL, he is entitled to his decision. He is entitled to his choice, and you cannot curb that. Simple as that. But the fact is that I'm just going back a little bit to the previous question, the balance between bat and ball, and there is absolutely that it is lopsided. Apart from the
Mhm.
pitch, one more thing is that this ridiculous impact player rule that needs to
Yeah.
go, and it will go. Maybe it will go in the next right cycle. Until 2027, it will stay. Nobody, absolutely, very few people like it. And it is when you know you have one extra batsman or one extra, you can go gung ho. Already you are playing on builders, and you have that 12th man to come in. So that is, and bowlers are at your mercy. That is why this is another reason why the bowlers are at your mercy. The toss has happened. Ashish, if you just want to, Riyan Parag has won the toss. I don't know what he has elected to. Um,
Okay. Okay.
we'll keep our viewers updated. We'll keep giving updates to our
Yes.
viewers from this.
Yes. I am also trying to get the update.
Mhm.
Then I will definitely share.
They have chosen to bowl. Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and they have chosen to bowl.
Yeah, not a surprising one that a captain winning the
Exactly.
toss opting to bowl first.
And
So SRH has to post a big total
yeah,
if they
at the
want to
fact of the
win.
matter is that in a 40 over game, 20 plus 20, the nature of the pitch doesn't change. It will stay the
Yeah.
same. And if the dew factor comes into play in the second half, it is always better to chase in an evening game. But hopefully, they will complete 40 overs within 3 hours and in 3 hours and 15 minutes, and will not take it to 4 hours, 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Yes, yesterday it was kind of a thing that happened, in the
Even
MI Party
no,
RCB game.
the day before also. I
Day
mean,
before.
I came
Okay.
back the day before. I came back from Wankhede. I came back from Wankhede after doing the pre-match practice and
Hmm.
press conference and everything. RCB versus MI, and it was sort of 11:30 when I reached home. 11:30 or 11:33 when I reached home, and the match was still on. The match started at 7:30. My God, and we are talking about a T20 game here.
Yes, I think now the players get the opportunity to even review for the wides and no ball everything. I think that
Exactly,
takes some more time right
which is
now.
ahead.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and it means, Ashish, you are completely undermining the match officials, right?
Yes.
Even the wides, when you are allowed to review a wide, you are completely undermining, because at the end of the day, I mean, when we have started playing cricket or following cricket, whatever, the first thing we are taught that the umpires need to review, right? The umpires
Hmm.
need. Now, technology is always welcome. Line technology, DRS is always welcome. But if you are taking it a little too far by giving the players the license to review even a wide, then this is you are totally undermining the match officials. This is my personal opinion, and I will stick to this.
Yes, yes, absolutely. By the way, as Sumikta mentioned that Riyan Parag have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first, but there are few changes in both the teams. Okay, for RR, Shimran Hetmat is resting today, and they have bring in Luhan Brave Pretorius, the young wicketkeeper batter from South Africa, another explosive batter who generally bats at the top order. But I think you might see him batting at number three or maybe in the middle order somewhere. And Tushar Deshpande is back to replacing Brijesh Sharma in the lineup. So how do you see these changes, Shorjani? Pretorius in the lineup and Deshpande also back, and especially considering that last over Deshpande bowled.
I think Tushar Deshpande, the addition of Tushar Deshpande is genuinely, I mean, it's a good decision because we've seen how he's bowled, he's kept his line and length accurate. But my question to you is, Snehashita, who is he coming in the place of? I mean, who is he replacing in the team?
Brijesh Sharma.
Brijesh
Brijesh
Sharma, who
Sharma.
was
Is that
also
his?
good. Who was also good.
Yes, yes. I think
That's
Brijesh has
that's the
been
thing.
So
When you
also
have
improved.
too many good players in your
that
team,
is exactly. So that is
that's
Yeah,
what
that's a
happens. I mean,
blessing.
as a bowling
yeah,
unit, you have, like I mentioned, when you don't give an over to someone like Ravindra Jadeja, that speaks
Exactly.
volumes about the kind of
Exactly.
bowling attack, bowling strength you have. And I think about Pretorius also, like you mentioned, I think in the T20I series, right after the World Cup, where South Africa and New Zealand were playing each other, he was impressive. I think he did play a few matches and he was really impressive and he was doing a good job. So I think, again, in the batting unit of RR, it's not a concern. The bowling unit is also not a concern. But having said that, we have to look into the fact that what happens when the top order does not perform. Is that a concern? And I think so far, as of now, RR have not been exposed. The middle order has not been exposed, like Mohordi also mentioned earlier. So it will be interesting to see how the team performs once the top order fails. So that is the question that I still have on my mind, and hopefully, we'll get an answer soon, or we might not if Vaibhav-Jaiswal and Yashasvi-Jaiswal keep on scoring runs. We never know.
Yes, absolutely. More, SRH also made two changes. Both Harshal Patel and Jaydev Unadkat is not playing today. In place of them, they have gone with Hinge and the other one and one other player. Okay, I am still to get the name of the other player. Okay, there's the batting. There's the lineup. Okay, I will talk about that. Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Ishan Kishan, Henrik Klassen, Salil Alora, Aniket Verma, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Harsh Dubey, Shivam Kumar, Ishan Malinga, Praful Hinge. Okay, so Ishan Malinga in the playing 11 and Praful Hinge in the playing 11. But last time also Praful Hinge was mentioned in that at the toss, but somehow he didn't play the when they came out to bowl. They again went to the experienced bowler Jaydev Unadkat. So how do you see that? Do you finally expect Praful Hinge bowling today? Because again today they are bowling in the second innings. So if they somehow understood that okay, this pitch is not kind of suited to the the slow variations, do you think again same thing happening?
I mean, look, at this point in time, I think they are just experimenting to find out what their correct combination is. Because
Yeah.
yes, Jaydev Unadkat is a very experienced player as compared to Prafulinge, but then once again he did go for a lot of runs the previous game. So maybe they are just trying to figure out what the right combination can suit their team. We were discussing this in the post-match live as well the previous day that Prafulinge was not made to bowl. Bharat sir was
Hmm.
mentioning that he's a good bowler, he could have been made to bowl, but let's see what happens because if once again it's a contrast. You look at the RR bowling lineup and you look at the SRH bowling lineup. Maybe they're just trying to experiment and just find out how it happens. Maybe let's see. Maybe this one might just click tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Shobhita, my question to you will be, for a youngster, how this can affect, you are getting named that you are going to play, but somehow after one innings, maybe the team management thinking, okay, this time let's don't take tricks with a young name, just go with the, experienced one. How does that can impact a young player? Is it not bad?
Yeah, everyone feels bad, Ashish. Everyone's, I mean, everyone, but that's the nature of the beast. I can give
Hmm.
you, I can give you many stories. 1991 Azharuddin captain Chandigarh Old Stadium, India were playing, and Arun Lal. Uh, Before the match, Arun Lal was told by Mohammad Azharuddin that you are playing, and Arun Lal,
Hmm.
his family came. He invited his family, and on the morning of the game, Arun Lal said, "No, Venkatpati Raju will play," and he dropped Arun Lal. So, and by then Arulal was a seasoned campaigner, but everybody feels bad. But then once again, this is the nature of the beast. You cannot do anything. In a competitive world, in the cutthroat world of the IPL, if you get one opportunity or a couple, just try to grab it because you never know when the next opportunity is coming. So, so that is one of the downsides of the whole thing. That's the way it is. What to do?
Yes, absolutely. So let's see if Praful Hinge finally gets his chances to showcase
But
his talent.
Sneashish, one thing, every time Vaibhav Suryavanshi is coming out to bat, he's he's carrying a tagline: "Stop me if you can." Every time he's coming out to bat,
There is,
he's carrying a tag. Stop me if you can. So far,
I
nobody
think,
has
I
done
think
it.
do.
I mean,
Yes.
at this point, we are yet to figure out what his weakness is. At this point
No,
in time.
but I would like to see if Sunrisers Hyderabad have the recipe to stop him. What I mean, in terms of planning to stop Vaibhav Suryavanshi, what they are going to do. That is one. That could be one of the highlights of this game. Keep an eye.
Yes, absolutely. I think Ishan Kishan will try with someone like Harsh Dubey maybe in the first 2 overs, within the first 2 overs to see if he can do some
Once
job.
again, a left-arm spinner. I don't know.
Yes,
Shivang
yes, that
could
is
be an
also. Yes,
Shivang could
Yeah,
be an option
Shivang.
also.
Shivang also.
Yeah,
Yes, Shivang.
Shivang
Yeah,
could
that
be an
can be
option
an option.
also. Ishan Kishan is a smart captain. Let's see. It might be interesting. So keep an eye on it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, prediction time starting with Shamikta Mohan and then Shorjani. Shamikta, who will win this game?
See, once again, the way the contests have been lopsided in this IPL, and given that it's very difficult to predict anything, but somehow my gut says go with Hyderabad for this game.
Okay, nice, nice. More,
Okay, I'll just go as per the current forms because T20
yeah.
cricket is all about form, what you're doing in the moment. So I will give Rajasthan Royals an upper hand because they have been performing collectively as a unit. You will not find lapses as such. But on the other hand, SRH have a lot of things left to still figure out. So I think I'll say 70% in favor of Rajasthan Royals and 30% in favor of Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Okay,
But
okay.
again, we
Sure,
never
Jenny.
know.
Sure,
My
Jenny.
predictions are always wrong, so I'm going to say SRH because I want RR to win. So that is the approach that I'm going to play. So even when we come back in the post-match life, and when you ask me, I am safe. You know, if even if RR wins, I'm safe. If SRH wins, I'm safe. But Snehashish, this is
Yeah.
something that I wanted to ask you. What are your thoughts on Ishan Malinga? Because we saw that in the match against KKR, when we saw him live, he was a little expensive, and then even I mean, he has not been that impressive so far. So what are your thoughts on his inclusion in the team?
See, I think last year he was quite impressive for SRH. I think that is why SRH put the faith again in this year. But somehow, I think when it comes to the combination of this team, SRH is not somehow managing to include him for for all the games. I am seeing. If you see also, I think again today he might bowl. Considering, but just being a foreign option and seeing that there are other foreign option with the bat are not clicking that well. If you see Travis Head has not been managed to score runs that well so far. Henrik Klassen scored, but doesn't manage to make that kind of an impact that he's known for, and the other options also. So I think so. Let's see how he does, but. I just hope that if you continue with Asian Malinga has that ability to come up good. But obviously, in a competitive tournament like IPL, it's very hard to get that momentum and then continue that. So let's see whether he does well today. And for SRH, I think they will hope that he comes good today because, as we mentioned earlier, also this is a do or die game for them in the context of their campaign. If they lost today, I think it is very hard for them to make a comeback going forward. Yes.
But Snehashish, we want your predictions also because after putting us in the line of fire, you are shouldering arms and leaving the ball outside
No, no, no,
offside.
no, 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 no,
That
no.
will not happen.
No, no, no. I am wearing pink, so I will go with Rajasthan Royals. So yeah, I will go with Rajasthan Royals. Informed team, and
Allah.
I
I'm
just
not alone warrior today. I am not alone today.
Oh.
yes. So it's 2-2 now. So let's see what happens. But all we can expect that a good game happens. So let's see. Thank you, Shamita, for joining in. Thank you, Moore and Shojani for joining, and thank you everyone.
Once again, my apologies to our viewers for the pop-up.
Yeah, it happens.
Same from
The
my end as well.
Jofra
Yeah,
Same
pop-up.
from my end as well.
yeah, it happens. No worries. So thank you everyone for joining in. Let's enjoy the game and hopefully a good game waiting for us. So till then, take care and enjoy the game. Thank you.